Guys, it's Ramadan day 23 where I'll be fasting from dawn to sunset, and this morning, guys, I got the best stretch of my life. It was so good. Honestly, I was very well rested this morning. I felt great. But yesterday, you know the iftari that I had, that was the only meal I had. So when I got home, I started editing. And by the time I prayed, edited, and did all of that, it was like 3:30 in the morning. So I'm like, okay, I need to go and eat my meal. So I go downstairs and I seen chickpeas. I seen wrap. I banged that together. I got a chickpea wrap. But I was so hungry last night. I was ravenous. So I thought, that's not going to do me. So I ate that, went into the fridge, and I found some meat pilau left over. And I thought, I'm not going to just have that on its own. So I made like 4 samosas in the air fryer, put that together. So I had the meat pilau, the samosa, the chickpea wrap, some dates. So right now, guys, I feel full, I feel good, even though last night's meal was a bit heavy. But that don't matter, does it? So let me give you a breakdown of today's times. So today is Ramadan day 23, where our sunset meal, which is iftar, will be at 8:12. And our suhoor, which is our last time we can eat at dawn, is going to be at 4:36. Creeping closer towards the end. And right now, what we're doing today, well, today's a Friday, which means that we gotta go and get ready and go to the mosque and pray in congregation. We need to go pray Juma, which is a compulsory prayer that all men must go to the mosque and pray. Let's go. I'm driving today because it's raining.
أمير المؤمنين الله أكبر
What is this weather, man? Yeah, I just realized my hair thing is pointing out there, which means my hair's gonna be all flattened down now. Let me check. Oh, got the one hanging out with this. But right now, guys, I gotta go to one of my friend's house because he put on the WhatsApp group this morning, I've got some spare tubs of ras malai if anyone wants one. Like, I've never heard of people having spare ras malai. There's never spare, ever. So let's go get some ras malai. And also, see how he's doing in it, because I've only seen him like once in Ramadan. So yeah, that as well. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. This is Ali. Made it into the... This is another one of my friends that I never ever see. Seen him once in Ramadan. Once. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the living room, okay? Beautiful mirror here. Right? Then they've got this. Remember that thing that I've got in my house? They've got one here. Then this is the living room, right? And then they've got these matching frames. Start with Bismillah, hope with Inshallah, and end with Alhamdulillah. And then you got this in the corner. Look how nice this looks, right? And beautiful. Oh, have you watching them all?
I've been watching you every day, bro.
Look at that. You've been watching all this.
I'm like your biggest fan. This.
You've been watching all of my vlogs, every single. Ali used to be in tip-top shape. So Ali went and did this thing called getting married, right? And then after that, he started getting this wheelchair belly. Alright?
That's the wheelchair.
That's right.
This is the ras malai, by the way. Best ras malai ever.
This is apparently the best ras malai ever. Give me an honest review. Why is it the best?
Why is it the best?
Yeah.
It's got a good, what do you call it, man? There's no like dryness to it. So my wife's been doing baking for charity. She's made about 300 cupcakes.
300.
Yeah. These are the ones that didn't make it.
I get the wonky ones.
So, hey, you still get cupcakes.
Yeah, I appreciate. Listen,
Tastes
unlike
nice.
them, right? I appreciate all shapes and sizes. It's
Yeah.
fresh cream cupcake.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff. Right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm convinced that the reason why most people are so unhappy in the UK is because of the weather. It's just raining continuously. But anyways, guys, I've been invited to go to another iftar at another brother's house today, which means that I've got to go get some desserts or something sweet to take. But what I might do instead is, I might bake something. I might bake some cookies. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the gym and get a workout in. I've been eating a lot of sugary food. I've been eating a lot of unhealthy and heavy food. So I'm going to go get a workout in, but I don't really want to go in this weather. I guess we still got to go. Let's go. But first, we need to get changed. So there's good news and there's bad news. Starting with the bad news. Bad news is that my lips are so dry right now. I'm so thirsty. But there's a middle news. There's like in the middle, which is I got a good workout in. But the good news is that it stopped raining. So I had a bit of an epiphany whilst I was in there when I was working out. Because I was recording stuff and sometimes I feel, shall I say, uncomfortable recording in front of people. But it kind of made me think about that YouTube comment that someone put yesterday. They said something to do with, what do you do if you feel judged when you're making content? Or what if you're just camera shy and things like that? So I kind of want to explain that further and what my solution is to it. But let's do that at home. Totally shattered right now. Okay, what do we have to do? We have to shower. Second, I have to pray. I think I have to pull a few nostril hairs. Fourth thing is explaining that thing to you guys I was talking about. And fifth thing, make some cookies. Okay, let's shower. That was a good shower. Let's go make some cookies. I said to you guys, we're going to explain that thing to you about not caring about what people think when you're making content. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time right now. I got about half an hour, which means I've got to get going to this iftar. So I'll have to explain that thing to you when I get back, which means right now, quick checklist. Cookies, check. Mini human, check. There we go. We got him. I think we've got everything. Let's go. Salam. Yeah, the time right now is 8 minutes past 8. Which means time for what's on the menu. We got some meat pilau, samosas, chicken pakora. This is a different type of chicken pakora, shish kebabs, and the compulsory thing, chicken masala chickpea. This is being balanced on a salad bowl, so I can't show you the salad, but there's salad on the menu as well. Got addition to the menu, king prawn puri. King prawn, no, king prawn, mate. I've been waiting for this day all day. I'm not sure what this is. What's this?
Salt and pepper chicken bites.
Salt and pepper chicken bites. Meat pilau. Masala chickpeas. Chicken pakora.
Oh yeah.
King prawn puri.
Okay.
It is time to go home. I am absolutely stuffed. Honestly. Okay, so now that I'm back, I can start explaining it all to you about how I make content when I'm out in public and there's people around. How do I get the confidence to actually make the content? How do I get the confidence to put the camera up there and start talking to the camera even though the people around me? Well, the trick isn't being confident. The trick is to literally trick yourself into making the content. And let me explain. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to take an example of, you know, when I went to IKEA? You know, IKEA, and I bought them vegeta, them plants in the other vlog that I said. This is IKEA. I've got situation 1, I've got situation 2. The identical situation, just different in how I approach them. So this is where the vegeta or the plants were in this case, right? So you had the plants here, the plants. You had some aisle thing there, something there, something there, something there. Okay, that's fine. This red dot is me. This is where I'm looking. So in this particular instance, the camera was mounted here, right? And I was talking to the camera. If I start adding people into it, so the blue dots are people, and also what people have is their focal point, okay, so where they're looking. So again, it's identical in both scenarios. So you got this guy looking at this. He don't care about you. He's not even looking. He don't even know you exist. Just letting you know, right? This guy looking this way. This guy don't know you exist either. But these two people, they're looking right at you. The first thing I'm going to show you is the first scenario in how not to do it or how I don't do it. That's where I start. And I start making my way here. But as I start, I look at this person. And then I start walking here and I look at this person. And I start walking here and I look at these people. I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to film now? And as I start setting up the camera whilst I'm here, I'm starting to look around now. I'm thinking, oh my God, who's behind me? Who's looking around? That's what you shouldn't do. In the next scenario, however, this is what I do. I start here and the first thing I look at is, where am I going to mount my camera? Then I take the easiest route where I don't look at people. I'm at this point looking at my phone. I'm looking at my phone here. I'm setting up my phone. I'm getting my phone in the right setting. I'm not even looking up. As I get here, I mount the camera. As soon as I mount the camera, do you know what I do? I carry on looking at the camera. The camera's recording at this point. What I do is, I do not look around. That's the key thing, because the moment I'm here, look, I'm on my phone here. As I'm coming here, I'm on my phone, on my phone, on my phone. I set the camera right up where I'm going to put it. And at this point, I just directly start talking to the camera. So I just talk like I'm talking to you guys. And what's happening is, I don't even know these people are around me. For all I know, I could be alone. After I finish recording, and as I look around, I see there's people around me. But at that point, it's already done. So at that point, it doesn't matter. And that's how I tend to do it. And this is what I do when I'm in the gym, when I want to record in the gym, right? There's a lot of people in the gym, but I'm not bothered. What I do is I get my phone, I look at what setting I'm going to put it in, I look at where I'm going to go and place the phone, I place the phone, I start recording, get in the situation that I'm going to start recording. And once it's already set up, and I just start recording. At that point, I'm already in it, and I'm just doing it. But you start realizing that no one cares about you. And then you start getting more confident because no one cares that you're talking to a camera, no one cares that you're setting up a camera. No one cares because everyone kind of establishes that this is kind of normal behavior at this point, man. Hopefully that's been helpful, and you know what time it is. It's question time. So let's see what questions we got. I think we've got a few today. How do you decide what to film? How much footage do you film in a day versus what is kept? Do you know what? I really appreciate the fact that you guys are asking me questions about content. I told you I love answering these questions. This is something I think about YouTubers all the time. I remember watching a clip somewhere where someone said they record 2 hours of footage and they break it down into a short form kind of vlog that's about 5 minutes long. It brings me to a point which is record excess. It's better to record excess than not have enough. And if you didn't have enough as well, there's a way around that. How do I do it? Images, graphics, voiceovers. You can use things like that. How much do I actually use? I don't know. I just record. On average, I have around 80 to 100 clips that I have to kind of go rummage through and edit. But that could be little things from when I'm putting on my clothes, so I do little quick cuts. 7 of them videos could be little quick cuts. It depends on what you want to film. How do I decide what to film? I think about the story, think about what I'm going to portray. Then I decide on what kind of shot it's going to be. The ultimate thing is the story. This is why I don't have any fancy graphics going on. I literally use the Arial font. It's about story. So I think about what I'm going to film based on what my story is. What's your story? Don't just film anything. Hi, where is the exotic fruit from? Do you have a discount code for your viewers too? I don't have a discount code, but it's from a company called Fruit Plug. Now, Fruit Plug, if you search them on Instagram, you'll be able to find them. What childhood memories do you have of Ramadan? How do you think is different for the next generation? That's a really good question. My childhood memories were great because you get woken up by your parents and they will tell you it's time for sehri or suhoor, the dawn meal, and you eat as a family. For the next generation, I think there's a lot of things that are kind of fizzling out. And that's why I try and keep it fresh by doing the decor, Ramadan decor and things like that. How do I think it's going to be for the next generation? I hope it would be festive-y. That's my aim. When I do Ramadan, I want to try and make it festive-y so people around the house are excited for Ramadan. I can't lie, this is what you call underrated content. I appreciate that. I put in a lot of effort and I really do appreciate that. Could you get advice on how to get started with editing, both Instagram and YouTube? Yes. So what I use is something called Creative Cloud. The Creative Cloud allows you access to all the Adobe things, right? Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Premiere Pro, which is what I use for video editing. You want to learn editing? For editing, if you learn on a software that's on your PC, for example, Premiere Pro, Final Cut, DaVinci Resolve, I taught myself editing through YouTube. It's not about learning it. It's about having passion for wanting to learn it. How many times are you sat in a classroom and you're like, oh, I don't really want to learn this, man? What the hell is this, man? Why are we talking about Jupiter? We ever going to go to Jupiter? We don't care about Jupiter. I taught myself because I was so interested in doing all of the video editing stuff. That's how I got into it. Will you ever hire an editor? And if so, what would you do with the extra allocated time? That would be my next investment. You know, when I get to a point where I'm doing this whole full time, I will hire a full-time editor and I will record my things. I will tell them the story, whatever it might be. And I'll use the allocated time to make more content. Love these vlogs. Even my little human wants to see the daily updates of surviving Ramadan. They have been very educational for him and myself. At what age can you start fasting? Do children do Ramadan? You can start fasting whenever you want. If the kid is 6 years old and like, Mom, I want to take part in Ramadan, fine, let him take part. But there is no obligation for kids to take part. When they are hitting the age of like 10 or 12, or I think it's puberty or something like that, that they are obligated to fast. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of kids want to get involved early. They will see that their mum and dad are fasting. They might be 6 years old, 7 years old. They're like, oh, mum and dad are fasting. I want to fast. Not a question, but enjoy the little outtake blooper at the end of the vlogs. Good idea. Yeah, I put that in, the extra little bit. If you watch till the end, the extra little bit just for you guys. Love these videos. What are you doing to celebrate Eid, and will you vlog that too? I will most likely vlog it. Yeah. What am I doing to celebrate Eid? Usually I do one thing when I'm celebrating Eid. I just go visit family. I've got so many houses to go to. Go to this house, eat. That house, eat. That house, eat. That house, eat. And that's all the questions we got for today, guys. I appreciate you watching. And if you want to donate some money to help the needy people with Eid gifts this Ramadan 2023, the link is in the description. Feel free to click that and donate. But other than that, Ramadan day 23 over, and I'll see you tomorrow for Ramadan day 24. Cookies, check. Mini human, Check.